What's up, guys? And welcome to the Neutralix YouTube channel. Today, we're gonna be talking about the best stances for every goddamn legend. Let's go. Now, I haven't wrote anything down at all, so pardon me if some of my information isn't the best, but honestly, I think I'm somewhat qualified to say, or speak on the matter at least, okay? And let's get on with the video. So, first of all, Patrick the Star. What is his best stance, aka Theros? I think Theros' best stat for sure has to be Dex. Why? Cause he gets side light and light somewhat more consistently through at lower damages. But I think the best stance for sure, at least for once, is for Dex. Bodvar. Well, Bodvar is one of those legends that honestly, you can run anything on Bodvar. Everything is good. You want to take off force, get speed. That's valid. Defense, a little slower, but could be good. Taking off dex gives you force, and taking off force gives you speed. Overall, honestly, the only character I think that is like roundabout way, like has good choices. But probably the best choice you could have is taking off dex because, you know, he doesn't lose a combo, he doesn't gain a combo, and he just gains force, which is probably the best stat to gain if you're getting something off dex. Next, Bison, or Thor, as they know him, or Undertaker, as they know him. Here, honestly, probably the best is probably using Force. No stance, or then taking off Dex for speed is what I probably like use for twos. So, no stance or using Dex. Now, Jake. Jake, as you can see, I have him on level 100. What I use on Jake, I use speed. This character is almost unplayable without speed. I do sometimes run defense stance, but it's either speed or defense stance for me. That's usually what I use. So that's my choice. SpongeBob, or known as Rayman. Well, here, speed. Hands down. This character becomes S tier if you use speed stance. So here, you want to take off dex. This is the most ran stat. Like this, you just want to take off dex. Chun-Li, or Wu Shang as we know him. Honestly, just run strength. You just have to run strength, like, or no stance, like strength or no stance. Luke, well, honestly, off dex. I'ma sound like a broken record this whole goddamn time. Off dex, just take off dex. You will get speed. You will be faster. You still have good amount of force. Like 8 force is a little too much. You have 6 defense, 6 speed. It's just really good. So just use this. Ulgrim, the character I despise the most. Ulgrimmer. So here, just take off dex. It will give you speed. You'll be faster. But overall, the most optimal choice here is taking off dex. For sure. And if it feels better. Play the characters feels better. Now, Black Knight. Or aka Orion. Like, running 3 strength Orion sounds like a crime. I would probably argue, yeah, for twos, if you're getting hit a lot, defense. If you're not getting hit a lot, and you don't feel like you're having much impact, then run strength. That's my Onyx, take off dex. So run speed. Just run speed stance. It's just better. Bryn. Now Bryn. I would probably say just run off dex and use force on Bryn. Any case, Lucian. Lucian, I think it has to be force. You will lose from speed, but you will gain force. I feel like this point, like you have 2 on speed and strength is not good. Cozy. Now here's the caveat. If I wanted to be max annoying, I would just run off speed. Dex on Koji is really good, especially on Bow. Bow is probably the best dex abusing weapon and sword, especially after the buff to D-Light. Whiffing is going to be less punishable, and you having 9 dex on 2 weapons that abuse dex the most, if I see 9 dex Koji, I'm personally thinking like, fuck, if this guy knows how to like spam moves, I am fucked. Like, I'm not touching this guy. Any case, Cassidy, another dex abuser. Here, you would probably want to take off dex, use defense. Listen, dex is a broken stat, abuse it. But again, now that blasters have been kind of nerfed and they're kind of mid, and hammer is really good. You can run this, but I think defense is probably still the best choice you could have. So run defense, but if you want to dex abuse, just take off speed, but you will be 3 speed. You will be giga slow, but if you know movement tech, you'll be probably fine. Lord Vrax, another Dex abuser. Holy shit, we got the 3 Dex abusers in a row. Dex abuser number 3. This is optimal. Running 9 Dex on Vraxis will give you Lance there into D-Light True, or it was D-Light and Light True, but only on 9 Dex. Any case, really good 9 Dex, really fucking annoying. But for most people, I would probably suggest running Force, especially in 2s. Like, you will not be killing anybody, you know. In that case, honestly, I would just suggest running Force stance. But if you're not running Force, just run Dex. Next up in the line, Nash. Well, you already saw I was running Force stance. I think Force stance here is really good. So it's either Force or Dex. I would probably run Force because you're still already like low Dex, and your defense, you have 5 defense. That's already really plenty for a lot of people. I would run Force for more damage, and the cap off is at 8. Queen Eye. Well, another one of those that you want to take off Dex, but if you really can't deal with the speed, probably in 2s, just run speed. Force, if you get better at the game, you should probably be running Force, honestly. Hattori, just take off speed. Take off speed. Just run defense on the Hattori. It's that simple. Any case, Sir Roland. Well, I'm running speed on Sir Roland, at least for 2s. But you could also run 3 speed Sir Roland because he already has Lance, and if you know how to, you know, use instant dashing movement, you know, it's not that bad. But honestly, speed is probably the best. Scarlet, just run defense. Honestly, run it. And you could run speed, but running defense here is probably the best. Datch. Yeah, you have to run defense. This character has either 3 defense or 4 defense. So you probably have to run defense here. Ada is one of those high Dex legends. Overall, her stats are really good. Everything's at 6, more or less. Her Dex is a little higher, and she has 6 speed, but 3 defense. So make everything 6 and get 4 defense. Overall, really good stats. Really good for 1v1s. But for 2v2s, a little iffy. If you get hit a lot, you will feel it. Now, Sentinel, my boy. So, here, off Dex. I sound like broken record. Probably off Dex for 2s. That's what I've been running. Personally, I've been running. I think that's the only usable thing here. Everything else just feels icky and looks icky. So, just run that. Here, same thing. Force. Ashuri is really high Dex. Use Force. It's probably the best. You have too much Dex either way. Your defense is already good. Your speed is already good. Your Force needs some love, so just use Force. Yeah. Now, Barraza, you could use speed. Probably speed for 2s if you're feeling really slow. But Force, I think, overall is just the better stat. Ember, another Dex abuser. This character, I have nightmares. I have nightmares from this character. I'm gonna tell you that. You can run speed, but she has 3 defense, so you probably will run defense. So, yeah, just for 2s and 1s, just run defense. But if you feel it really freaky, you could run 3 defense. But again, like, you will have to make sure you never get hit. Ooh, Azot. Probably the best choice you have here is running speed. But I would say it's either speed or defense. I would probably run, personally, defense just to be more annoying. Any case, next character. Diana. Another one of those high Dex characters. Here, you can run Force if you feel like you're not having a lot of damage. But at the same time, I think running speed here is better because it's of Dex. So yeah, it's either speed or strength. Jala. Oh boy. This is a character you have to run defense on. I don't think there's any other stat. If you're Psycho, you could run Force for 9. Oh wait, my bad. 8. But honestly, just run defense. It will take off Dex, you won't feel it, and you still have a lot of Force and a lot of speed, so you're gonna be fine. Bao. Now this character, let me say. Listen, I'd be called a psycho on stream for running speed. But, personally, I felt a huge difference in the Gauntlet gameplay, at least, to run speed sometimes. But, you know, the most suggestible stance to everybody is Force. You know, if you think you can cook with speed. Okay? Ragnir. Well, you can see, I've been taking off defense. Taking off defense here is okay, but honestly, what I would suggest for everybody else is using defense stats. So run either defense for 2s and strength for 1s, or you can just run either or for both, whatever you feel like is better. Any case, Mirage, run defense. You either have 4 defense or you have no defense. So yeah, Just run defense. Just run it. There's nothing else to really choose there. Nyx. I would probably run force here. It's either force or speed. So choose your poison. Probably run strength. And you could maybe run speed if you feel like you're struggling with speed. But I think strength is better. More dex. I would say run strength if you feel like you're not whiffing a lot. But if you're whiffing a lot, you could run dex. Because scythe is one of those weapons that can really use a lot of dex or use no dex. So it's either strength or dex for me. Yumiko, another dex abuser. Here, I would probably run force in ones, but in twos, I've been running 3 force and 5 dex Yumiko, and overall she's really fucking fast. So running defense is okay. That's what I've been running in twos, but I would probably suggest 99% of the time for everybody to run strength, because off dex you don't lose anything and you gain more force, so your hits hit harder. End of story. Here run defense. Running defense here, it makes you stay longer. It will give you the same feel of being really fast. You won't lose. You losing that speed won't affect your gameplay. So just run off speed. Any case, Caspian. Now here, Caspian is either defense or speed. I've been using Caspian for speed because I usually play him in ones if I ever play him. So speed for me has felt better. But if you're gonna play him in twos, and probably for longer term, I think defense is the right choice. It's either strength or defense. Strength or defense. Yep. Let's move on. Joel. Well, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Defense is good. I would probably use defense, probably the most. You have really good force. You staying a lot longer, alive a lot longer. That's like 2 things you need the most. You staying alive a lot longer, and you hit like a truck. And running, it's either speed or defense, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. To me, it sounds really good. Now, we're getting on the 4th row. Kaya. Oh, run off dex. This is what Mr. Impala does. This is what the Mr. Goat does. So, not to glaze an A. Just run off dex. Isaiah, just run strength. Yeah, there's nothing else. I'm looking at this and there's nothing else. Just run strength. Well, I'm gonna be honest. You could run 3 defense for the force, but again, defense. He's so low defense that you will probably need it. So just run defense. Lin Fei. Oh boy, I would probably say either use force or use force. Use force or defense for twos maybe. But I'm gonna be honest. Like you having 2 force, you're gonna be useless. So run force or 9 dex. Now, one of the better all-rounder characters as well. Devil Jin. Here, run off dex. Like, you have 7 force, you will have 8 defense, 4 speed, 3 dex. This, to me, sounds like a 2v2 demonic stat line. Like, Zariel, overall, is a really good, really good 2v2 character. So just run off dex. You could maybe run speed for once, but I'm gonna be honest, you're trolling yourself if you're doing that. So just run off dex. Dusk. You could run strength, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest, just run defense. You will stay alive a lot longer, and into having 5 defense, honestly, is like having 5 defense in twos is good. Anything above 5 is a little excessive, but around 5 or 6 you wanna have. But yeah, if you feel confident with 4 defense in ones, just run strength. Faith, run defense for sure. I think you could run speed, but again, like you can run speed, but it doesn't mean you should run speed. So here, either use force if you feel like you don't have enough force for some reason, or just run defense, which I would probably suggest just run defense. Petra, run defense. Defense or speed. I don't think there's anything better. Defense is good. You already have enough speed, and having 5 defense is really just you low-key just have to have 5 defense for any character you play. Victor, or Vector, as most people know him. I would run him with definitely force. I don't think anything else. You don't lose a combo. You don't gain a combo. You don't have enough dex to abuse anything. So yeah, just run strength. Yep. Volkov. Ooh, this is definitely a force character. He has good amount of defense. He has 6 defense, which is plenty enough defense, and he has he has 8 dex. So yeah, so let's run strength. Jae-yoon, as you can see, I already have him strength up. So it's either strength or it's either defense. I don't see anything else being better. So yeah, either or, you can choose. Mako. Here, just run defense. Yeah, just run defense. Anything else is bad. So yeah, run defense. Magyar. Oh boy. I've been a bad boy. I've been running defense for Magyar. Honestly, 10 defense is not that bad now that I think about it. You having 10 defense, 5 force, 4 dex, 3 speed. Is 10 dex optimal? Because 3 speed, yes, you having 3 speed sounds really bad, like really criminal. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest. You having 10 dex to support you having 3 speed, 5 force, and you still get the true hammer combo. I think low-key 10 defense might be cookable. You could, yeah, you should probably run defense. I would probably run defense. So yeah, run 10 defense. Now, honestly, that's the first one I'm kind of unsure about. But I would personally run him on force. So yeah, just run strength. Strength of Reno is probably the best. Now, Hyujin or Munin. So yeah, Munin. It's either speed or defense. Now, Arcadia. I don't have all the things for her either as well. I need to play her a lot more by the looks of it. But I would probably run defense. Yeah, 5 defense. Or speed. It's either 5 defense or speed. Either or. You can choose. Defense overall, I think it's just better. Anyway, Ezio. Another character I don't have everything for. Now here, I would probably run defense because it's off dex. So running defense here is probably good. You don't gain anything or you don't lose anything. So here. Yeah, defense is the best. For sure. Teska. One of those characters I actually kind of play. I would probably use strength for 8 strength. You could run defense for less speed if you're getting hit a lot. But honestly, running strength is probably the best way about it. Going about it. Dia. Let's just run either strength or run defense. Yeah, defense or strength. Either or. You can choose. I would probably suggest defense for any game mode. And strength if you're not getting hit a lot. Red Raptor. Guys. Guys. Well, listen. Leave a comment down below. What do you think is the best stance for Raptor? Personally, I think the base stance is kind of good. Guys, I think it's really good. Yeah. I can probably imagine it being defense stance. Yeah, every other stat looks really good, so use defense stance probably. And whatever is of dex sounds really good as well. So yeah, that's my opinion, but leave down in the comments what do you think is the best. Low-key. Guys, leave a double comment in the in the YouTube comments right now. What do you think is the best stance for Loki? Personally, I think anything off dex here looks good. He already has too much dex, so yeah, use anything off dex. 7. Okay, at least I have 2. I have two stances, so I can actually like know what will be good. Use speed. Just use speed. 2 dex, you don't lose anything. Having spear and cannon, you don't lose anything. So yeah, run 2 dex. It's good. And the last character, Vivi, which I already have level 29. I would probably suggest for Vivi. Defense overall makes this character a lot better all-rounder. And if you're not getting hit a lot, you can run for defense, but you know, for strength, which is really good, a really good choice to have on a character like Vivi. But honestly, defense, just run it. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank y'all for tuning into the video. I am Paikor. Follow my socials as down on the bottom left of the screen. And subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Leave comments down below. What do y'all think is the better stats for Loki and for Red Raptor? Because I'm kind of unsure. Yeah. Other than that, that's every stance for every character. Have fun, y'all. Peace out. Subscribe to the channel.